Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this session. I've gotten some sleep compared to last week. So, party ended off last week crossing the river, headed towards Camp Righteous. They recently left Firefinger, crossed the river, and ended up camping at the very outskirt edge of the undead wasteland in Chult. Thorin had quite the outer body experience with a guardian of Kuldahar, of the Great Oak, coming back, being healed after being left unconscious by Ren Danlanthan. He comes to, dazed, confused, as the green gem sinks into his skull as he is healed. And that is where we're picking up. So, Ren is currently finishing up healing you, and you're confused, talking with Ren back and forth about what happened, and she's looking at you like, I don't know what happened. I was off looking for mushrooms. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Everyone else is asleep except for Ren and Thorin.
oh,
Oh, okay.
okay. Did we go to sleep? All right.
Yeah, this is morning.
Oh, okay.
Because on your watch, you and Sujin, or you and Mig, happened to witness Thorin getting pulled into the ground.
Yeah.
And
That's why I thought
then
it was
after
okay.
he disappeared for a couple hours, everyone decided to be like, yeah, whatever. We're sure he's fine.
Yeah.
Reassured everyone, he'll be fine. Yeah,
Sure.
he'll be fine. He does this stupid shit all the time.
True.
Just tell Ren, just talking to Ren, don't be sorry. Something really big happened. I don't understand it, but things are very different now. Things are very, very different now. I don't. He's been saved. He's going to be okay, and I don't have to worry about that anymore. And it'll be fine. I'm sure of it. Now that everything's changed, I have to readjust. I have to refocus what I'm doing.
Who is he? Who's saved? Who was in trouble?
No, Burrow.
Your stick?
Yes, it's a staff. Do you remember when we were with the Yanti and all the and I saved one? I brought it into me. It's my staff.
Wait, you mean to tell me that you actually had a real treant with you this whole time?
The staff. He went out and fought.
Oh. Well, I mean, I do remember back in Port Nianzari all the things that were happening, but I just thought you were able to create things and they were there momentarily. I didn't know it was an actual, living thing.
Oh, it was. I did. I just saved him. And then when that whatever he was smashed into bits, he's saved since then. I don't understand it. It's the descendant of the great red oak. He saved it. I think it's inside of me, actually.
I did.
Before, I'm sure. I'm sure he put it inside of me because of the axe. Yes, it was the axe. He used the axe and put it in. I don't know how to contact it now. I got to really sort all this out. This is kind of overwhelming.
Yes, I agree. How are you feeling, by the way? Are you okay?
I just think I need to rest. I think I need to sleep.
Well,
I need to meditate and dream. Yeah, that would be it.
And I'll go wake everyone else up.
Just sleep on the balcony. We can keep going.
Just sit tight. Rin has her hand on your shoulder as she walks away, leaving her hand on your shoulder until the distance causes the disconnect as she walks towards the hut. She pokes in and says, "Rise and shine, you stinky, filthy lot. It smells awful in here. Hi! Wake up! Wake up!"
I was sleeping over where the dirt was, so I don't know if that's where Ren put the bubble. Probably not.
Did we find Thorin?
Yes, we saw Thorin get back, didn't we?
Dude, I don't even remember last night. It was so crazy.
Ren's watch. You all are still asleep in the dome.
Alright. Thorin's back, so that's good.
See, I want to see him.
He came.
Well,
I found him lying in a, I don't know, kind of like a, where we were digging. He was just lying there. Just about
That's
an
fine.
hour ago. Fine. The poor bastard looked like he was almost dead.
well, I guess that part's not fine, but the fact that he's not dead is fine.
What the fuck happened last night?
He told got sucked into the ground.
Yes, but
It's just a Ren.
Mig tried to make it seem like, oh, he does this all the time. He's going to be fine. But
He said he did do it all the time.
I found him bloodied and almost dead.
Well, almost is better than dead.
It would have been dead if not for me. Mig, we have never seen what you described happen to him, ever. Why would you say it happens all the time?
Just recall times with me, Thorin, and Sagi is all. Things got a little weird.
I don't want to know. I do not want to know.
Any consolation, I tried to save him at first. I went to do that, but Mig said that it was all chill, so...
Valamir, you have been very wanting to helpful and great, and I appreciate you all. But by all means, don't listen to that little bastard right there. I love you, Mig. You're great. You're fun. But geez, Louise, Valamir, he's not the best sound of mind for judgment.
He was the only judgment I had. He's known him longer than I have.
Trust
At least I didn't release Taban.
Fuck you. And she walks out of the dome. Sujin, are you awake?
Yeah. What?
All right, let's just get everything and get ready to go. And she just starts packing up things. The dome is away, and she just goes to packing. And she's like, oh, "Fuck you with that Taban bullshit. God, he earned his right." And she's just mumbling to herself. We shouldn't have forced him anyways. God, bastards.
I pull Mig aside and I'm like, look, all things considered, he didn't die, so it sounds like it worked out for the best.
I'm sure he powered up. I mean, usually he powers up after doing that kind of stuff.
See, listen. I still think you were in the right about this, but I gotta,
It's all good, man. Warlock for life.
Warlocks, I like that. I started this whole thing not liking you very much. But we've grown to be fast.
God, I can see it now. It's like, how would it be? I don't know, something like that. Be full
Warlocks for life.
Put your gang sign up and everything.
Waiting for Meg to get. Yeah, well, I still don't like you.
So,
if I could.
Babbling the animals.
Okay.
Alright, with that.
Soon, you believe what I've seen. You wouldn't believe what happened. I don't even have words for all of it, but they're all saved.
Who's
The
saved?
the tree is saved.
Oh,
I don't have to worry about the staff anymore.
that's great news.
He's
Right?
free. It's free. Kind of. Sort of.
Amazing. Kind of, sort of. Like you're not sure. Or...
Well, I mean, I think he's part of me now.
Do I see any differences with Thorin?
Doesn't he have a gem on his forehead?
I don't think it's on there. I think it's inside, but I can't
Oh,
remember.
okay.
But
go ahead and roll investigation.
okay, Thorin, I'm just gonna pat you down here for a second. Ah, it was almost.
Well, I'm pretty beat up and, bloody. I've had less than half my hit points. So.
Oh, oh,
I love your pink dice in D&D Beyond.
they're fuzzy pink dice.
Oh my. Anyway, yeah,
I don't judge.
as you're patting him down, I mean, you don't really notice too much of a difference with him. The gem that was on his forehead is completely healed. You don't even see a scar. So whatever he describes to you about the gem, you don't see, and you basically take his word on it. Other than that, you do see bits of what looks like dried, dead-like foliage still in his beard. That's about it.
I sniff his beard. Oh.
Hey, what the hell are you? What?
Because of that, I want you to roll a nature check.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, what's up with today?
Smells like a dirty dwarf beard mixed with moss and dead leaves.
Love.
Have you ever heard of someone named Koldar?
Have I heard of that before?
Roll either a religion or history.
History. Oh, I got +4.
Oh!
There, that's a little better.
Yeah. Whispers.
Oh.
While y'all are whispering, Meg's gonna go help Ren pack up.
Oh, I should open up Signal on the computer.
As you walk over to help Ren, she's like, "Why did you have to bring up Twan? Yeah, I know. You all don't like that I gave him his freedom, but for fuck's sakes, he earned it. We didn't need to bring him further in the jungle and possibly get him killed. He has a family."
Dude, that guy's gonna outlive all of us. What are you talking about getting him killed?
You've seen the things he's done. He just ran right into the face of whatever the hell was out there. Eventually it was going to get him killed.
Yeah, because he's a champion.
He might be a champion in the arena back in port, but you can't do that here.
I'm just sad because I lost my noble steed, okay?
That is true. But, I mean, you've got a family, you know.
I had a family.
I thought you still had a family.
I've been gone so long, I don't even know anymore.
Huh. I could have sworn you still had a wife and daughter.
Oh no, my wife's been dead.
Oh, but your daughter's alive, though.
Maybe.
Well,
crickets.
So, anyways, put yourself
Mog,
useful.
go find some food for yourself.
Mig, I've seen you help Thorin before a time or two. Would you mind using your little, doodle-doo, magic and clean me up? It's been weeks since I've bathed, and I smell atrocious. Please.
I kind of like the way you smell.
You're being creepy, Mig.
Prestidigitation to clean.
And as you do so, her clothes clean, the dirt and muck from undead creatures that you all fought over the past couple days and weeks has gone off, and she's like, finally, this is much better. I can breathe, although I can still...
You can just call me Mr. Clean.
I'll
Ooh.
call you Mick. But I still smell that smell in the air, though.
I can't do anything about that.
Actually, you know what? Forget it. So, Dawn, with that
Yeah.
roll with Kuldahar, history check that you rolled instead of religion, you would know a little bit about that in the only manner of your time being in Chult, where you have been just south of Mesro. How much exploring would you say you've done with your entire lifehood being in Chult? In the area
Pretty
you've grown up?
pretty far. I'd say on the map you sent me both coasts as much as I could. Probably stay away from the undead. Maybe sneak into it a little bit,
All right.
but both of those sides.
One of the areas that you would have gone to, but possibly not really dived or delved into, would have been a place called the Nangalore.
Mangalore?
Yeah,
Oh, I see it. Okay.
right along the river. You would have seen on the outskirts. Roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
All right, what's your investigation mod? We'll add that to it.
+1 for investigation.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have seen some odd-looking, at least one odd-looking journal. The language was very hard to understand, but in the journal that you did read a long time ago, many, many years ago, toss it aside because it's like, I can't read it. What's the point?
Yeah.
The word Kuldahar was in the journal, but other than
Kuldahar.
that, the language wasn't something you could really understand, and you found that in Nangalore.
Olahar and Mangalore. Okay. Oh yeah, I've heard of the name Kuldahar, but only one time.
And how so? What do you remember of it?
Well, I found the name of the journal in some other language that I didn't recognize. This was many years ago, but it was near Mesro, south of Mesro, in a place called Nangalore, along the river. I don't know if that helps you at all, but maybe we can check it out later once we've helped everybody out.
He's the one who I spoke to.
Wow. Some
He
sort of nature god?
I think more of like a paladin type.
Mm.
He, very large, impressive, just almost godlike in appearance. And he had a large
Actually,
stone axe.
It was. I apologize. I had
Oh.
to do backwards. It was the NC Waste.
NC Waste.
NSI. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. So it wasn't in the river. That's more of like a lake or a pond or something.
You would have only been on the outskirts of it.
Okay.
Because it is rife with just undead. Think of like a really nasty swamp where nothing can grow, and there's just rife with undead life through the area.
I guess I was thinking of another spot I was at. It's actually the NC Waste, which is near Nangalore, but still south of Mesro. But there was a lot of undead over there.
Yeah.
It was nasty.
What I thought was strange was that I had asked him to help me save the tree and Rin, but he refused to give me the knowledge or the power to help Rin. He kind of had a disdain for elves.
Maybe he wants you to figure it out on your own.
Maybe.
Maybe what he did for you. You said you put a gem in your forehead?
Remember the gem that was in my staff?
Yeah.
It's inside here now.
Maybe that'll help you with Rin.
He placed the gem on my forehead and hammered it into me with the axe. I believe that's why I have all these wounds.
Oh yeah. Do you want some more healing? Let's see.
Not yet.
Okay.
I need to sleep. I need to sleep for a while.
Okay. Well, let's go get you some rest then.
I was going to see if I could sleep on the back of Zinni. That way we don't have to stop moving.
Well, Zinni is a Dimetrodon, and she has a huge sail down the middle of her back.
You try Wi-Fang, he's nice and fluffy.
Ooh, be like a fur blanket.
Yeah, I've done it lots of times. And you're smaller.
You could possibly get a short rest while doing that, but a actual considered long rest might not be possible.
Okay.
Especially cutting through jungle and trying to ride on the back of a saber-tooth tiger and sleep might be a little difficult.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I will take that healing.
All right.
Rest, you get healing, just so you know. Because you could use your hit dice.
He didn't get rest.
No, I know, but you said he could take a short rest.
Yeah. If you take a short rest, you're currently level... Y'all are level 7, right?
6.
6. So you got 6d8 that you can expend on a short rest.
Be level 7 now? When do we get to be level 7?
No.
Maybe he thought we were supposed to be 7. Maybe that's what.
We'll see.
No, y'all are already like 3 levels too high for where you're at.
Yay!
So if you do a short rest and able to get one, yeah, you can roll however many d8s that you have per your level to heal.
Okay.
You want to do that, or do you want?
No,
I would save spells.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, right now, since a short rest is just an hour, I mean, you can short rest while everybody packs up, and there you go.
All right.
I go crawl under a bush somewhere and go. And is what 68? Is that it?
That's how many you have 6 1d8s that you can expend to heal on a short rest. You can
something like too many or something happens.
You can use however many you want during this short rest.
I wonder where yes, they
But anywho,
I am going to use 4 of them.
there you go. Everybody's packing up. Thorin's trying to rest. You get that much in health back. Azaka is going to approach you all and let you know. Area we are going into, I can tell, is going to be possibly extremely dangerous when it comes to the undead. Perhaps I should scout further.
I was gonna suggest I use my owl familiar to scout ahead.
Perhaps that could be of some use as well. But where your owl cannot see through the jungle canopy, we will need eyes on ground, no?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so you will be able to see from the sky,
Yes.
and I will scout ahead on ground. Hopefully I do not lose you all, or you do not lose me.
We'll find you.
As she turns around, it's like she continues packing up with you all, putting some items within Zinni's pouch that she can find. Says, while Thorn rests, I will also go forage for some possible food in the nearby area. Since we are here on the edge of the river, perhaps we can still find some food here. It might be very scarce, if not impossible, unless we hunt for our prey.
I send Mog with her to scout for food.
Alright, giving her advantage.
Yay!
Well, do.
Woo!
So while y'all are pecking up, and she's going to go ahead and see how much she can scavenge in rations. Undril, I rolled 3 ones. A 1 and an 11. Undril Silvertusk is just going to be, complaining about the heat and complaining about how she should have just waited for somebody that was going down the river Socian Star. She didn't sign up for this.
I'm gonna go up to her. Listen. I get. It's terrible out here. I hate it too.
I swore this morning I already saw bugs getting up and under my chain shirt. I don't like it.
Well, we are going to keep you safe, and we're going to get there as soon as possible now. So,
Speaking of which, do you know how many days until we finally get there?
Logan,
Yeah.
how many?
Oh, I'm not telling you.
Why?
Because I can't tell players something that their characters don't know.
Well, that's what I was saying. Do I know?
Oh, all I heard was Logan. I was like, what?
No, yeah, that's what I was saying. I said, do I know that?
No clue. Y'all don't have a map. Your only guide is Azaka, and she has expressed to you all that the only ways she's generally traveled is via river first, and then you branch off from river. Cutting across the lands is usually a very unsafe thing, especially in between the two rivers of Socian Star and Tariki. Most people never go through this area.
We're not most people.
Most people never go through this area. I don't know exactly how many days. I know it's super dangerous. We're good.
Oh, I think she also mentioned while you all start Firefinger, she mentioned it could be a 10-day or longer to finally get to the camp. Maybe 10 days.
Shortcut or shortcut? I'm assuming we're taking this route because it's a shortcut.
You're taking it because it was the straightest way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The quickest way got us through, right?
She let you all decide to go on foot through the jungle. It was possible, you all did talk about possibly going back down the river Tariki to Port Nyanzaru for resupplying. And then you all could have just gone back up the river Shoshin Star and headed straight to Camp Vengeance that way. But y'all decided to cut through the jungle.
Yeah, we're cutting through. It could be around but point being, we're taking the most expedited route. So we're getting you there as soon as possible.
Alright.
That's why we love our dogs.
Trust me, I understand your
Love you, babe.
frustration.
Love you, babe. I think it's high time we make some babies.
They're not without
Honey.
their warrant.
Should have waited till break to see that link. Well, I understand. I know that I wasn't able to get to the camp via horseback because of how awful the ground is through here. So just the thought of walking through undead territory concerns me some. But
You don't have to worry about that with us. We are an undead taking care of team.
I have seen, yes. You all do, especially with the things I've noticed.
Like what?
You all just know how to handle the dead that walk these lands.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. And she begins to pack up her pack.
Then she's not that bad. I kind of like her. Really not that bad. She's just trying to get where she needs to go. I get it.
These dispatches are why I'm needing to get to the front. And she reaches into her cloak and pulls out some paperwork. If I don't get these dispatches to the camp, those that are there sick will have to stay there sick until they're allowed to leave.
We're gonna get those dispatches as soon as possible.
Do you all know much about the camp and the current commander of the camp?
Which camp?
Camp Vengeance.
I don't know anything about this place.
Mig, Sujin, Thorin, Azaka.
I'm asleep.
What are you all doing while they're having
I'm
conversation?
asleep.
Mig,
I'm playing fetch with White Fang.
Mig, are you basically controlling your familiar?
Yeah, sure. So I sent Mog off to go scout with Azaka, and I can be in my, blind deaf state using Mug to kind of survey the area that we're going to be traveling.
Okay. With that, since Azaka and Mug is going back to the scout.
Yeah, it's the owl.
Sorry. I am going to need the two of you to roll perception.
Me and the owl?
Yeah. You and Azaka. So you're going to roll with the owls, with your own mental stats. And Azaka. Okay. What'd you roll? Go ahead and roll perception. You have a 0 modifier to your perception?
No, it's +3. I just wanted to get it out.
So 19, you say?
Yeah, with the owl's perception, it's +3. I guess that'll do.
Yeah. As you begin to go to a trance, Azaka goes ahead and lets you know, I'm going to go ahead and change. That way I have better senses for looking for food. Can your owl actually carry anything if I find?
Let's go see.
And I don't think your owl can carry anything, can it? No.
It's got a -4 for strength, so I highly doubt it.
Alright, well, we'll say that she'll handle that as you all go look.
Now, my little velociraptor could probably like carry a little bit.
That thing is like 2 inches tall.
He can carry like a squirrel.
The squirrel's
Be
bigger
like-
than he is.
Yeah, be like dragging that sucker.
He's got a heart of gold.
A heart of gold. Heart of terror.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's a,
oh,
if I'm not mistaken.
let me see.
Either
Huh?
way.
Let's see.
Who are you talking to? Talking to Cameron?
Yes, Cameron and I have got
It's, right, you're right.
All right. So, anyways, as you all head out to the river, you all get just outside of the clearing. And are you following with Azaka or above the canopy, slightly ahead of Azaka to get to the river first? Your owl. Okay.
Or deciding how to kill us off.
Apologize,
yeah.
everyone. Discord froze up completely. What was the determination with your owl?
Yeah, so I'll be scouting ahead just in case there's something there. I can report back to Azaka and warn him.
All right, as your owl takes flight above the canopy and begins to swoop down into the open area near the river, you see a figure standing. Just standing still.
Does it appear undead?
Your owl's pretty far off, but it's just staring into the tree line standing.
Yes. I'll go take my owl to Azaka and like warn her with frantic flapping.
Azaka will look at the owl and just... She's currently transformed. And she is going to just like shake her head, look at the owl, like, and she's going to growl at you. Let's see. She kind of recognizes that Mug is acting frantic and basically holds her paw up in there and tries to like bring Mug to the ground.
All right, yeah, a ghoul, and he'll start like scratching at the dirt, trying to like do an X or something. I don't know.
She'll look at the X and then look at Mug and start like pawing at his feathers, thinking something's in its feathers.
Then I'll just like do an arrow back to the camp.
All right. If you're telling her to head back to camp, she'll look at that. She'll transform back and say, I see you obviously want something. What the hell you need?
And then I'll have Mug come back to me.
You want me to follow? Yes? No? Oh, fine. So she turns around and heads back to camp. Shortly after that, Thorin,
Yes.
you healed
Which,
twice?
by the way, in all this, I healed, cast Cure Wounds on myself,
Okay.
which is what that roll is.
Oakley dokley. As you wake up, cast Cure Wounds, Sujin, you're getting White Fang ready. Talk with White Fang. Anything you were doing while all this is going on?
I was just keeping a close eye on Thorin, just watching him from a distance while he slept.
All right.
Playing fetch with Black Fang. Nothing else besides that.
Shortly after, you all see Mig's owl zip into the camp super fast, and about 5 or 6 seconds later, you see Azaka running through the jungle line. She sees you all. What is going on? We were out there to forage for food, and you had your owl distract me and pull me back here. What's going on?
I saw a lone figure out there by the river in the trees. I wanted to alert you. He could be dangerous.
Well, did you know if he is dangerous or not, or it is dangerous? What?
I think it's important that we stick together. We don't know what he is or what he could do.
Okay. Well, what would you suggest?
I suggest we get ready and head that way.
Okay, so you want us all to go there to approach single figure?
Yes.
Well, that is all up to you. I am merely your guide.
I know, that's why I brought you back here. I didn't want you getting hurt.
I appreciate that. And all of you all that are in the area can hear this as Mig is letting you all know about the figure just outside the tree line near the river.
Well, what does he look like?
I couldn't quite make out too many details. My owl was too high up.
Well, could you tell whether it was human or not?
I believe it was humanoid in nature, but again, I couldn't see too many details.
Did it have lizard skin?
That I could not tell.
Okay. Carrying weapons?
Again, I could not tell.
Alrighty then.
Ren is going to say, so what you're saying is you have an owl that can swoop in and out of everywhere it wants to be, but you didn't make it go in close enough to see anything.
To risk it trying to attack. Okay.
Okay, I actually think if it is dangerous, I don't know if they're more or anything, but if it's not attacking us, I mean, we have a lot of undead, apparently, to go and tackle. I wouldn't go poking the nest or whatever. How
We
far
also-
off was it?
We also don't want it following us.
I
Is it in the direction we have to go?
The river is where you all just came.
Oh, so that was the back the other way?
Correct.
I just don't want to disturb anything and cause an unnecessary fight.
Yeah, let's just keep
Agreed.
going.
A battle can make a lot of noise and attract a lot of other things. So if we don't have to fight it, we shouldn't.
Well then, Azaka, I apologize for pulling you away from your mission.
No, don't. We need to know that it's there.
Thank you for letting us know that there's an ominous figure in the...
Yes, this is why I suggest that I possibly scout ahead, because in my form, now that you all know what I am, I could possibly do exactly as Mig just helped with there. Discover something and get back to you all before something grand and dire could occur. But that is your
Thank you so
opinion.
much. Thank you.
Very,
for
very
doing
appreciative. Yeah.
I do what I can for you guys.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's get out of here. We've talked enough.
Perhaps we could lay traps before we head out. If something is following us, could catch it in trap, and we could deal with it and not be around as well.
I don't know how to make traps.
That sounds fun.
Sujin, you're pretty handy. You think you could cook us some traps?
Yeah, I do a lot when I hunt for game, like rabbits and such. We could try to make it a bigger version.
Yes. You said it was about the size of a humanoid person. Yes.
From what I could tell.
Well, perhaps if it perhaps if it is coming through and it sees that we made camp here, perhaps this person might investigate our camp and try to find something here about us. So I would suggest that we possibly put something here that might catch its attention, and in doing so, catch it in a trap here at this camp as we head on out. And my Discord froze again.
I do have a fishing net. We could maybe set one of those traps where if somebody walks on something, catches them in the net and hoists them up into the air.
Ooh, I do like the idea.
That sounds good, yeah.
Could I get someone's help to see how we'll make it good?
Yeah, I'll actually help you.
Okay, cool. So, do you want me to roll something, or is it okay to just say we made it? Okay.
Advantage, because I'm helping you.
Advantage.
Yeah. I don't know how much advantage a Valamir could give you for survival, but yeah, sure.
Cheering him on.
Yeah.
Can I get
Positive affirmation.
I want to get myself guidance. Come on, Sujin, you can do this. Advantage roll. Oh yeah, plus a D4.
Oh, jeez.
The best trap ever made.
Yeah.
Dude, seriously, a 28, bro.
Wow.
Where's the trap? I don't even see it.
Yeah, the trap is so well hidden it doesn't even exist.
Oh.
So, what would you use for possible bait for a human
For a human, let's see.
or a humanoid? Possible bait that might get the attention, because Zaka suggested that if somebody's following you all and they do come across this camp and they're following you, I mean, they could be trying to find ways to track you even more, rifle through some things that we might leave behind, etc. So you could intentionally leave something behind to capture it.
We could
I would
leave.
say something shiny, something that appears to be worth a lot.
I do have a lot of precious gemstones. We could
But
try to leave.
Sujin, that's, I don't want you to waste.
We did just receive a bunch of copper.
There you go. I was suggesting we would throw that away anyway. So
Rin, it's like, I don't know. That seemed like still like at least 15 to 25 gold worth of copper that we ended up getting.
is
I didn't
is
say all of
counting
it.
is counting the copper worth it?
Well, I mean, you could also just weigh it and let that be the value. I mean, copper tends to weigh the same wherever you go, so if you have something that weighs like 10 copper and looks like 10 copper, it's worth 10 copper.
Sure, but it's ugly. So
Well, I mean, we have so much of it, we could take at least a dozen copper coins and just scatter them across the trap.
That we could.
Maybe just some.
At least that way it won't look so obvious that we're taking them. It just looks like
We dropped our
we
change.
dropped it out of a pouch.
Anybody have like a book or a journal they could leave, maybe with some info?
I can.
Yeah, there you go. Something to make it intriguing.
Yeah, because it's not helping me.
Maybe look like it's someone was coming back, or I don't know. I don't have
All right.
anything else. So.
let's go. That sounds like enough.
All
I think
right.
we're good.
I think so too. Thanks, Val.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Sujin feels really proud. He's not really showing it too much, but he's like on the inside. He's like,
I pat him on.
yeah.
I pat him on the back. That was a good. I didn't help a lot, but
Well, I appreciate the help you did give. I don't do this too
great.
often, but when I make humanoid traps, this may be
Yeah.
something I pursue, you know.
I think so. It's a craft for sure.
Yeah.
Look at Sujin, stick my lower lip out, and
I'll remain.
All right, let's get to going. I wanna eat some. I kill some undead.
Oh, it sounded like you almost said eat some undead.
You know.
We learn something new about you every day.
Oh, it's a
Dude, you are
joke. It
freak.
was a joke. Ha ha ha.
Zaka looks at you and says, well, it is not uncommon to do such practice here in Chult, to eat the
You
dead
eat-
of your enemies.
Well, not undead, right?
Well, not. I do not partake in such things, but there are some Chultans out there that believe that if you are to eat the flesh of your enemies, that in some way it will empower you.
I don't think any of us, Mig, don't try that. I don't think that that's true.
We could ask Zenny. She's eaten lots of dead people.
That's true, but she's a dinosaur. She's
And
an
she also
entire
got
dinosaur.
sick from it. She also got sick from it. We had to make her throw up.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's probably not the best example.
Perhaps I do not practice such things myself, but indeed some do believe by eating the flesh of your enemies, you partake some of its soul and knowledge and makes you stronger. But, I mean, Vladimir,
Sure.
if you are into eating undead for other reasons, I'm sure they pair well with a red wine. So let's go.
Don't do it. Can't joke around this lot.
All
All
right,
right, let's
team.
head out.
We are ready.
Alright, you all begin to head out.
Fine if you do so.
I do know a good bit about.
So, with that said, who's going to roll for the navigation?
Well, it's gonna be
Rin.
Rin.
No, she's
Hey.
not rolling. She's not here.
What do you mean? that's our
Okay,
that's
but
our navigator.
What about Azaka?
Alright, I can go into. But with that, so, you all begin to pack up. Azaka goes ahead and shoots forward, letting you know that she'll keep coming back and forth, finding you. First, before she heads out, she actually said, this might be weird, Sujin, but please, there is reasons for it. Just stand still for me, please.
Okay.
Since you're going to be leading them while I am scouting ahead, this is necessary. And she walks up to you, and the top of her head might come to your, breast. And she walks up, says, she starts messing with your cloak and your clothes a little bit, and she exposes some of your fur, and she buries her head in and just.
Oh.
Okay, if I were.
Can I lead the survival check next time?
White Fang, this is kind of weird. Looking over like a White Fang, I don't want to get jealous.
She says,
I didn't hear. I forgot the peanut butter.
forgive me. It is simply if we get lost, I will be able to find you by scent.
Oh, okay. That's understandable. Be safe out there.
Yes. You oddly smell like flowers. And she
Okay.
changes and heads on out.
Immediately look at Sujin's tiger.
Yeah.
While you were looking at White Fang, as she did this, White Fang, he tends to try and not be near Azaka for the most part.
Okay.
He was off and away about 15-20 foot away from this when it happened. He'd look up and he'd kind of look down and look away, look back towards the river where you all just came from. And White Fang is going to look at you, Sujin, paw at your leg, and he's going to look up at you, and he's going to keep looking to the back, and he's going to walk behind the last person, and he's going to stand there, and then he takes his paw and he does this.
Go on ahead. Okay. Gonna cover our back, buddy?
Sujin, can I ride
I'm,
on your back?
Right on my back or Whitefang's back?
No, your back.
Sure.
Yay!
Fine, little buddy.
So what's the marching order?
I'm last.
Me and Meg are up
Middle.
front.
All right, Thorin, you've got Whitefang right behind you,
Okay.
smelling that sweet dwarf booty.
Oh yeah. I figure since I'm the other one with the +6, I should be on the other end of it.
Yeah.
Maybe you can keep a lookout if you're hearing it noises with the traps or anything.
Right.
All right, we got Asaka, Sujin, Thorin,
Megan.
Whitefang, Meg,
Meg's-
riding Sujin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn.
Perception!
So that means that we're going to end up having
Just put it in the middle.
Valamir and Undril somewhere near one another,
And Ren.
and Ren. So Ren will be with you, Valamir just with you, and Undril will be right behind Sujin.
Okay, cool.
Sujin
And Meg.
Yeah, I just imagine Kate Sith from Final Fantasy VII right now.
Oh, yes. So that's a good reference.
That's all I'm thinking of right now. Thorin, you're going to have Zinni with you
Okay.
because she likes you. And you all head on out, beginning your morning. It's probably just shy of afternoon when you all get to head on out. You went ahead and rolled 21. So you're fairly true as you look up at the sky, check the sun, look at the river. You know you're supposed to head straight west per Azaka's orders. So you begin to lead the way. You do have a scimitar with you, right?
Yep.
Yeah, using that to cut back and forth away. I'm going to assume that either Rin or Undril or Valamir's got the incense going.
I'll put the incense going. I'll do it.
So you all got that, dealing with the buggies and mosquitoes. Now it is good for 30 feet radius. So that should cover everyone except for Sujin and Mig.
Oh no!
With Sujin
I have one if we need to. Let's see.
All right. You all have on. I will show you all where you all thought you were when you first took off.
Oh god.
And you all begin to head west.
Oh, here it is.
As you begin to cut through the vines and some of the jungle ferns and weaving your way around some of these trees, the smell that you all could tell from the river was strong, but the wind that was also coming from this higher mountainous part of the river and the river waterfalls, you notice must have helped carry away some of the scent and odor. Because as you begin to hack and cut into the area, you start to notice some changes with the vegetation. They don't so much look like they're dead and drying or wilting because this is a very humid environment. You start to notice they start to be more like, as you cut through, like limp lettuce, that wet, gooey kind of texture as you begin to cut and work your way deeper into. The ground begins to give just a little bit more, almost like you're walking on some type of spongy surface. Just ever so slightly you notice these things. But for the most part, your morning, your afternoon, with the hacking and cutting, the humidity,
Ugh.
you all are constantly working through this jungle. I need Thorin, Sujin to roll perception checks.
So
Hey,
Team.
Nice. Azaka hasn't come back to inform you all of anything yet. But as you all begin to look around, you do hear the buzzing of what sounds like large insects off in the distance.
Like large, or
Either large or a lot. Sujin, you being in the jungle would know that these could be anything from sturge to blood-sucking type insects, disease-carrying insects, etc.
okay. I tell everybody just to keep a lookout. These insects may try to attack you.
I can hear them. Are they very large or a whole lot of them?
I don't know yet, but it could be one or the other. Do we want to try to stealth, or are we gonna just keep going?
Keep going. We
Okay.
can't stop for every little noise we hear,
All
or we'll
right.
never get there.
True.
Just have to be aware of it.
Well, with that, as you all continue to head on through, the buzzing gets louder and louder, and then ever so slightly, instantly, you all hear this loud meowing, like horrendous sound ahead of you all, and you can hear just tons of like rumbling through the brushes, cutting through, and out comes Azaka immediately and runs up into you all, and she just stops and gets up next to Valamir and just stands still next to Valamir. About that same time, you all see a almost mist-like cloud of insects coming straight at you all. As it begins to buzz forth, as it hits you, it's almost like fog hitting a wall and barrier, and they part around you all and begin to can't even see and part around the current dome where the incense is at, and they hover ever so slightly over you all with the incense currently being lit.
Good thing we've got this incense.
Motion Zinni and White Fang up closer to Valamir and look at Sujin and go, burn him.
Yeah. See.
Alright, use my cantrip produce flame and
Me
throw a ball of fire into it.
Sure, roll to
Roll to hit.
Roll to hit, yeah.
17.
Yeah, you totally hit.
I don't know if we both needed to do it or not. We both have it.
Have at it.
10.
Yeah, okay.
10 damage.
9 damage.
As this swarm is currently around you all, you happen to see them part ways as the flame catches. You end up hitting a couple of them, and you see like them just like burning and singeing, and you can hear crispy bits of insects strike the ground around you all. And as you all keep on shooting out the flames, eventually the insects that were just hovering around you all just like go straight up into the canopy, and you hear them buzz and continue off in a way.
Oh, good. Nice job, Thorin. That was a good idea.
Nice. Let's keep it.
Undril looks at you all. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to deal with that. Do you have any more of that incense on you? I want. I would like to keep some just in case. Please.
I was given this. Oh, wait. Would I have incense on me? It's up to you.
On Zenny.
You were with the party. You know where you're at. You would have been shopping. You could have had some. Yeah.
I'll give Umbra one of mine.
You're slowly becoming my least hated person in the group.
That's all I strive to do.
Wow, that's, kind of mean.
Hey, as I walk back to my place in line, I walk past her and go, for a half-orc, you sure do bitch a lot.
Well, I guess that's my better half.
Onward, friends.
Onward, outward, upward.
Okay.
Oh boy.
As you all continue, sorry,
we're all gonna die.
Just interactions with her are great so far. Yeah, we'll see how. Anyways, you all continue through. For the most part, the smell and the scent intensifies. You happen to notice,
My grin gets larger.
You happen to notice that there are like bones that are just laying there in certain areas. You see half-eaten corpses of different types of fauna in the area. You see partial leg bones left with rotted meat in the areas, and it's just near those same areas you see splattering of blood on some of the trees and torn vines all about. But as you all see these areas, as you keep pushing forward, cutting through, finding the occasional open area, for the most part, your afternoon and evening is unimpeded, unhindered for the most part. You all continue.
Okay.
Sweet.
The night begins to come. Azaka ends up coming back to you all and just reassures you that the smell is intense and that she's never really gone this route before. Most of the time, if she was to come down to the camp for any of Order of the Gauntlet to help guide them there and back, it was always by river. So she's going to apologize ahead of time if she has some issues being able to scout further ahead, because the intensity of the smell is so overpowering that she can barely even smell Sujin to get back to you all.
It smells that bad.
Oh, man, it's rank over there.
It ain't me.
But,
I can imagine.
anyways, as you all
On my back.
are approached,
Yeah,
by
Her shoulders. Yep.
what would you all like to do to
Like to walk very far.
I'm just.
Yeah.
Alright, I gotta do something about this Discord.
What?
Alright, we're going to say you all set up camp. She is going to express concerns about being able to even get rest out here in these areas. Mainly because of how often the undead attack, even in areas that aren't marked as dangerous. And she's going to express her concern with such things.
I guess we got to be on our toes.
Mm.
And with that, as you all set up camp, let's do a 5-minute break.
Okay.
I'm going to 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to restart things, try and get Discord back going at a normal pace, because it is janky and a lot of times cutting you all out. So let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break, and we'll be right back.
Okay, dokie.
And we're back, everybody. Yeah.
Hey, we're back, everybody.
Hi, everybody. We're back.
God damn it, Bobby.
Exactly. With that said, there you are. All right. It seems that Discord is working better now, so let's go ahead and suck off this popsicle stand and get going.
What?
Blow
Cool.
this popsicle stand. I just modified
More
it.
kid friendly by the minute.
Yes, you're supposed to suck on popsicles. God, you don't blow it. That doesn't make any sense.
Too hot.
All right. Video streaming, everything's up. You just need to get Owlbear back and going, and we're good to go. You all are making camp. Azaka is warning you all about the possibility that you might not be able to get proper rest in this part of the jungle.
Well, I will take first watch.
And
Does Ren create a tiny hut for everyone?
I'm sure she does.
now, we discussed and decided Tiny Hut stays up even when she's outside of it?
I thought so, yeah. That's how we've been playing it.
Yeah, and I was playing it wrong, I think.
Oh. Well.
And I remember
Up
bringing
to you.
it back up. Yeah, it says the spell ends if you leave its area.
Well, that's fine.
Yay.
I'm gonna take first watch anyway. So
So that means there's going to be Valamir and 2 other people to do watch.
Mig will go.
All right.
I'll help Meg. Or I'll do the last watch or whatever.
I can do 2 of them, right? Because I 4 hours. Well, how long?
They need to do 2-hour watches.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yay.
I forgot.
So they will need to do a much shorter watch than what you can pull.
So wait, can't I just stay in the hut and use my owl to do the watch?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I am going to
Okay.
roll that if it's blocking all creatures and objects from pass through it. It says all other creatures, objects, and if spells are also prevented from coming in, that indeed your connection with the owl will be disconnected. Your owl can still go out there, but you'll be disconnected from your owl.
I got you. I'll just sit right outside the hut and do it.
All right. So, Valamir, you are doing your first watch. So, is there anything you all would like to do before calling it for bedtime?
I don't think so.
All right, Sujin, what are you doing to help, try and get a rest while you are outside the dome?
I guess I'll make a lean-to for me and the animals.
All right, you go ahead and do that.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and roll your survival for that. What about you? Thorin, Mig, what are y'all doing before Betty Bye?
Do I get advantage on this too?
Well, give me a reason.
Well, I've spent a lot of time on Chult my whole life, basically living in the wilderness.
And that's
so
why you
I-
have a +6.
That's right.
Yay.
Dang it!
And
All right.
guidance.
Oh yeah, and guidance. +4. Let's see 4.
You got a lot of awesome things.
Yeah. I got 14.
Yay.
That's
Well,
pretty
11
decent.
plus 3.
That seems pretty decent.
Yeah.
Let's see how well it holds up to whatever rain is about to happen.
All right.
Ooh. As you're beginning to build your lean-to, the rest of you all are preparing to get into the dome, lay down some type of bedding to get comfortable in. Sujin, Valamir, as you can hear thunder roaring in the distance and approaching closer. The winds are beginning to pick up, beginning to move the trees around you even. You hear the crackle of lightning. Exactly. North, west, south. You can hear it all around you.
Well, I don't think there's anything else I can do. My spells don't really make anything. Unless I do plank to it, but we only did it that one time, so.
I mean, they should be alright with the hut.
Yeah.
Well, only 9 creatures, medium or smaller, can fit.
Yay.
So, Sujin, is your creature is you considered large or medium?
No, I think I'm medium. Let me double check though. Like myself?
Yeah.
You're medium.
Yeah.
So
Yes, size
5
is
plus Azaka, Undril, White Fang, Zinni makes 9, but White Fang and Zinni cannot fit into the dome.
Okay.
So everyone except for those 2 can essentially be in the dome now that y'all got rid of Taban.
I didn't get rid of Taban.
Since you all volunteered for Taban to return home to his children and
I didn't volunteer for shit.
So essentially, Sujin, you could be in the dome tonight.
okay.
Especially,
Well, I do my best to make White Fang and Zinni comfortable.
All right.
And then I say, all right, guys, I'm gonna go in the hut. Just holler if you need me, okay?
Alright.
All right. So you try to make a lean-to for the 2 of them. What about the rest of you guys? Ready to hit the sack? What's up?
Yeah,
All right.
I am going to meditate for. And I can contact the treant.
Oakley dokley. You go ahead and roll religion. The rest of you in the tent, it begins to rain heavily. And when I say heavily, I mean with such ferocity and intensity. Think of the scene in Forrest Gump. Big old fat rain and stinging rain and rain that was sideways. It's rain that's sideways right now with how intense it is. The clacking of thunder is intense. The ground, you notice, Valamir, while you're out there patrolling, normally soaks up the water in a lighter rain, but it's starting to get to the point where it's raining so heavily that the ground is becoming oversaturated, and as you begin to walk around, you notice that there are beginnings of puddles of water that you happen to step into, almost like an overly saturated bed of like foliage that's not quite soil. As you step into it, it just squishes as you walk. It is miserable. While you're out there, I need you to roll perception with disadvantage. My Discord froze up. Oh, come on now, y'all.
That's a good shot at me. Oh, dang.
Did y'all hear anything I said?
Yeah.
Yeah, every bit of.
Cool. Now you all are back. Now I can hear you. Sweet. So you rolled your
Plus a d4, so that's a 14. Plus a d4. Ooh, that's an 18!
So you rolled with disadvantage?
I did. I got a 14 with disadvantage. And plus my d4 from my talisman, it begins to glow. And my eyes start to swell up with black smoke.
Yeah. Sujin.
Well, do I see anything? With an 18?
Rain. their ultimate demise?
No, other than just the normal
Okay.
happenings of the area that you all currently have seen and currently know about.
Cool.
Beyond that, nothing. You don't notice any sounds in the distance because of how hard the rain is just battering the area. It seems to also help die the smell down somewhat, and this smell, as you all got deeper and deeper into the jungle, slowly began to have more of a sulfur and methane type scent in the air with everything around you all. And I'm talking about really bad rotten egg level of sulfur from the decaying flesh and the undead nature of this area. But for the most part, your watch goes unhindered.
Okay.
So, who are you pulling for second watch?
I guess Mig. Mig said he wanted to do it, so.
Yay.
Alright, Mig. You are going to post up right outside the dome.
So, can I actually go in the lean-to with the animals?
Sure, you can certainly try.
I'm pretty small.
Oh.
As you walk up to the lean-to, you see Whitefang just drenched. Absolutely drenched and miserable. The lean-to looks like it's keeping the rain from hitting him vertically and horizontally because Sujin set up the lean-to to basically have the backside facing west. But with how badly saturated this ground's getting, it's like little tiny creeks running everywhere. And Whitefang is miserable right now.
I'll sit on top of Whitefang and go into my meditative stance to control my owl.
As you do, you hear a low grumbling. I didn't hear any of that. I'm sorry. And again.
Hear me now.
Now I can.
Shut up.
You cast Shut Up.
No, I said I saved your life.
He still is going to like. So as you set your butt on top of his wet fur, you hear that squishy sound like you sit on a wet seat.
Poor Whitefang.
Zinni, she doesn't seem too affected by it. She's laying there with mostly just her head and shoulders into the lean-to, as her sail kind of makes it hard for her to get into it. But other than that, you sit on Whitefang. You begin to utilize your owl to scout. How do you utilize your owl to scout?
So he'll fly underneath the canopy, throughout the trees, just kind of zigzag pattern around in a perimeter. Let's say about 30 feet around the camp.
Just 30 feet?
Fine.
How much?
A 30-foot diameter.
Alright, so 30-foot diameter, so essentially if you centered that on the camp, you'll be going...
15 feet radius.
35 diameter, 15 radius. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll your perception with disadvantage then. Make sure to use the owl stats.
For some reason, that's not coming up for a disadvantage roll. Give me a second.
Are you doing the thing where you see through the owl?
He is. So your owl stats, so go ahead and just roll a straight D20 at disadvantage. Or 2 D20s. Add your owl's modifiers to the lower.
Modifier you see through.
So 3 plus the modifier.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, as your owl is constantly trying to go from tree to tree, it keeps battering its wings on all the different vegetation in the area. And the rain is hitting this owl so much as it tries to fly and getting its feathers soaked, making it extremely difficult for this owl to traverse the area. You're trying your best with the owl, but you notice as you're hearing and seeing through the owl as it keeps going from one area to other, your vision sees just like very. Does it even have dark vision? It should, yeah. You can see
The owl does.
as it'll like start to fly, the wind will kick it one way or another, and as it tries to go to where it's wanting to perch and land to another area, sometimes it'll end up hitting the damn tree. Sometimes it'll hit a random vine in the area, and it'll almost like go straight to the ground and hit, but it'll catch itself. Your owl's having a very rough time trying to scout for you right now.
I continue.
All right. As you continue, you don't see anything. You don't hear anything through your owl either, other than the immense, loud crackling of thunder, lightning, and rain off in the distance. Thorin,
Yeah.
how long do you try meditating?
Hour, 2 hours.
Roll a religion check for me.
Just as shitty.
Yeah, here you kneel to the ground, hands on the earth, begin to pray, try to connect. Rin and the rest of them told you what happened to you, how you got pulled into the earth, and I don't know. There's just something about the violent nature of what happened. That's all you can think of is the violent nature of what happened, and it keeps disconnecting you from being able to truly meditate and connect.
Okay.
Mig.
You have to go to sleep then.
Yes.
Your watch continues through. The rain does not let up. What do you do? The end of your watch has come.
Alright, I disperse my owl with the flick of my fingers. I walk over to the hut and wake Sujin up for his watch.
Alright, Sujin, it's all you, buddy boo. You get woken up and here you are.
Hey, Meg, did anything happen while I was sleeping?
I didn't see anything, so we're good.
All right. I get up and I go check out Whitefang and Zinni, see how they're doing.
Whitefang looks miserable. Zinni seems to be doing pretty okay right now. She's snoring loud. Whitefang, you know that sad wet cat meow? He's giving that kind of sound right now. Like,
Whitefang's considered large, isn't he?
yeah.
Dang it. Wonder if I'm trying to. I can't help him in any way. I'm so sorry, buddy. We'll figure something out. I don't know else how to help you. I put my moss cloak over him, cover him up like a blanket. There you go, buddy. I'm gonna try to keep watching, make sure we're not attacked.
Squish.
Yeah. I maybe. Well, I put a fire. I start a little fire under the lean-to if there's any room for it.
Man, I'm gonna have to give you a bit underneath the lean-to.
You said it was like creeks.
You're gonna have to forage for some material.
How would you find wood that's not wet?
I know.
Like, you want me to roll survival check?
With disadvantage.
Yeah.
And if there was a way I could give you triple disadvantage, I would.
God damn.
That's okay. Your DC was going to be 24 anyways.
Sorry, buddy. There's nothing to perimeter a little bit with my goggles of night on and see if I see anything.
All right. Go ahead and, with this rain being as heavy and severe as it is, go ahead and tell me the birth of the area that you're searching through. Utilizing the dome as the center point.
Okay, let me
How
think.
far out?
Well, here's a question for you. If I use B shape to change into an animal, does that count against me, or since this is kind of like the last 2 hours, use up one of my slots?
Oh, you can use your slot, and after the end of your long rest in the morning, you'll get your slot back.
Okay, so I could use it now, and then it comes back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I want to change into oh wait, I can't have flying yet. Let me see.
I think can only do
Swimming.
I don't think you can get CR1 yet. You don't get access CR1 till I think level 8.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let me double check here. Yeah, half.
Yeah.
So I want to do that, but I can't. What has a good
Loving you is easy 'cause you're not ugly.
Paper bags are for.
But you know, when you're as blind as I am, you know, a couple drinks, turn the lights down low, take these things off, the possibilities are limitless.
Loving you is easy 'cause I'm drunk as hell.
Alright, I'm going to turn into a... Oh, no, can't do that either. Oh, I can do this. I'm going to turn into a black bear.
Nice.
I think. Well, if I can, let's see. Gosh, stupid druid. Yeah, I can. Half. Half. A black bear is a half challenge rating.
Beast. Alright, well. As you begin to shift and morph, you turn into a bluish black bear.
Awesome. Okay. And I start walking the perimeter. You said I'll probably get about 50 feet out, maybe.
All right.
I'm gonna see. I know the rain probably not helping, but I was gonna see if I could just kind of.
Is that 50 feet radius or diameter?
50 feet away from the camp.
So I think that would be a radius.
So it'll be 100 across, but 50 feet away from camp.
Gotcha.
From the dome.
Yeah.
So I mean, would I be able to do a keen smell? So to get advantage, but then the rain makes a disadvantage, so I can get like a regular.
I'll give you keen smell. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to sniff around. Let's see here.
Yeah, go ahead and do a keen smell. Yeah.
Okay.
You barf from the disgusting smell.
Oh, that's kind of nice. That's better than the monster manual, Logan. Thanks. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
So I'm
Hold
sniffing
on.
around.
I'll be right back. Hold on, I gotta go
All right.
real quick.
Yeah, you can filter by type and challenge rating, and that'll pull up exactly what you're looking for. So filter by beast on type, and then head over to challenge and filter by the challenge rating for what you're looking for.
So like it'd be beast, and then you said size. Well, it would have to be challenge rating up to a half is what I can do.
Yeah, or you can just scroll down through the list, and everything from 0 to 1/2 is what you can turn into.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So if you want to, you can have been a giant goat.
I see that. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice. But where's their... Oh, it does. If you click on that, it has their actions. Nice. Okay. Don John. Does that what you call it, or is that what it was already called? Because that's
the
funny.
website.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Okay.
I use Don John for a lot of stuff.
Okay. Alrighty, well, I'm sniffing around.
Roll with advantage for your perception. Oh, you did.
Oh. Oh, I rolled only one, so I can roll again. I didn't roll with advantage because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Because of the rain. Okay. Nice.
As you begin to shift into Black Bear and you start going around sniffing, you've lived in Chult for a while, and the times that you did cross the river on occasion while growing up, you notice that there's always been a pungent odor when you cross the river. And you've also found that on occasion, when you happen to come across an undead creature, that smell would be quite a bit more stout. While you're patrolling through the camp, just east side of the camp, you will notice the smell more intense.
Okay. Does it smell like it's coming closer, or is it just more intense that way?
As you stay around that 50-foot area and you sniff, you walk north, you walk south, it seems to be just steady at that distance. You don't smell it like intensifying as you sit there. You just smell it stronger to the east.
And that's the direction we're heading, right?
You're heading west.
West. Oh, okay. Mm. Okay.
And it reminds you of times when you've crossed the river and you've happened to come across or come close to undead creatures. Even though the area itself has the natural odor, it's always been because there's been an undead creature near.
Okay. I just kind of keep my. I think I can for a number of hours, right? For in the bear form. I was only out there for 2 hours, but wild shape looks like I can do it for 3 hours.
Yeah, half your druid level.
Yeah, sweet. So yeah, I stay in it the whole time to keep a smell out ready if I need to.
Yeah, for your 2-hour watch, as you continue to circle, when you move away from the easternmost part, it tends to lessen.
Okay.
But every time you come back around, on the eastern side of your 50-foot path, you can smell that scent even stronger. So if you were looking at like a clock, the second you go to 1 or 5, it starts to lessen. As you get all the way over to 9, it's the lowest that you can smell it. But every time you come back around to 3, you smell it the strongest.
Look while I'm in, but if nothing happens, I stay alert until my 2 hours is up.
Yeah, nothing happens. Every time you come around that section, it's the same level of intensity. It doesn't continue. It just stays at that level of intensity over on the east side.
Okay.
And the rain continues at the end of your shift, downpour heavily. The lightning isn't nearly as voracious as it has been, but it is still intense.
Okay.
The lightning inside the tent. Because you said it's intense.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, kids.
Yeah.
All right.
Making this kid friendly every moment. Oh, that reminds me. So, into
Great.
your shift comes. There's not much sunlight protruding because there's heavy cloud coverage at the moment.
Okay.
Sujin, everyone around you is asleep except for White Fang, who hasn't really gotten a chance to rest.
Poor guy.
I know. I don't know how to help him.
He is now with 1 point of exhaustion.
Use a comfy chair.
Okay.
It only really becomes a problem at second level exhaustion, and then that becomes a big problem.
The half speed.
Yeah.
All right. End of your shift is up. White Fang is awake. Zinni's sleeping. Everyone else is in the dome that you can't currently sleep through. So, what do?
I'm gonna go. Well, if I what do I back since it's the last? How would that work with this? Because I'm the final watch, right?
Yeah.
Good. Wake everybody up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I go over to White Fang and kind of nudge him, say, I'm still there for him.
He looks at you and
Can I be like you recognize? I probably done this before.
he's going to assume that you're wanting him to sniff the air.
Got with the air.
Huh?
Logan,
Yo.
what did you say?
He's going to assume that you're having him sniff the air.
Oh, okay. Does he sniff the air?
He does.
Does he have any reaction to it?
Oh my god, I rolled disadvantage and I still rolled a 16 and a 17. Or does he have keen smell too?
I can tell you. He does, yep.
Well, in that case, instead of the 16, he'll take the 17. What's his
Nice.
bonus to his...
Perception is +3.
So a 20. As he
Nice.
sniffs the air, he just whips his head to the east.
So I nod my head and look that way too.
You see him... Actually, no, he's exhausted, so he'll take the 16 for a 19. He still whips his head to the east.
Okay.
You see him, like, head down, up. You see him get in, like, pounce position, and you see him unretract his front 2 paws of claws, and you see him, like,
nice.
get in pounce position.
Okay. I'm gonna wake everybody up with a.
You all can, as you all are asleep in this comfortable dome that's dry, perfect temperature of 71.6 degrees, all of a sudden you all hear this immense roar. As you all look, you see a black bear's head roaring at all of you inside the dome.
I get my rapier ready.
I'm going to shoot the black bear. The Eldritch Blast. I'm ready as well.
Scenario that happened last time.
No, that's why I'm not going to do it.
Oh, okay.
I know it's you. I knew you were going to be on watch, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. I start pawing at the dome and.
Has Meg ever seen this before?
You have never seen Sujin turn into an animal.
Yeah, I got my rapier ready. The bear!
Fusion.
Soldiers. They have the junk.
You're not Surgeon! Surgeon's not a bear!
Sujin can be a bear. I told you, nature's weird.
Man, we gotta get out of this jungle.
I agree.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just half
Drinks on me when we get back to Waterdeep.
I half expect you to start singing. It's the bare necessity.
Yeah. That would be awesome. I wish I could talk in Druid form.
Mick, you can be Mowgli and he'll be Baloo.
Aww.
Yeah, that'd be cute. Get on that little red diaper.
So you hear him roaring and pawing, and he acts like he's got some sort of intention as he's like clawing at the ground and roaring at you all in the dome.
And I'm pointing my head to the east.
Okay.
Undril's going to pop up. What the hell? There's a bear! Kill it! Kill it!
Undril, that's our friend. That's our friend.
When the hell did you all get a bear? Y'all never had a bear! God damn. This fucking place.
I point my head to the east. I point to White, and that he's kind of, in attack mode.
Did we start getting ready to leave here? I don't understand.
I say we don't attack anything. I say we don't attack anything unless it attacks us, unless we feel like it's encroaching on us, though.
You all see
I think it is encroaching on us.
White
Oh,
Fang
well then.
jump into the dome, and as he does, the dome just dissipates completely as White Fang comes into the dome. And you see White Fang roar, walk beyond the edge of where the dome was before, and you all see White Fang looking to the east in pounce position, and you all can see his hind claws and his foreclaws are currently unretracted, and he's just pointing, and his tail goes straight and stiff.
So, White Fang, you want to protect us, but why'd you destroy our dome?
I don't think we're going to need it in a minute. Everybody
Logan.
get ready.
Logan, check signal.
Okay.
It could have protected us from maybe bugs or something. That's a bad thing.
And Thorn moves in front of White Fang, but off to the side. So if White Fang jumps, it doesn't jump on him, but he's moving in the direction that White Fang's pointing.
Looks like the main thing's frozen, like Logan's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, good thing Mick has his rapier out.
Okay, White Fang, is this thing coming towards us?
As he is currently like whipping that tail back and forth, he looks back at you, sniffs the air again, just pounces. He doesn't pounce, he just stays in position, and you can see his tail go up, down, then left, right, back and forth.
Azaka, understand what that thing's doing?
What?
Oh yeah, that.
I asked Azaka if she understood what White Fang was doing.
Well, your friend just asked White Fang a question, and I think you replied.
Well, I just know you could turn into an animal, so I didn't know if you could kind of like interpret.
I could, couldn't I? So she shifts immediately.
Oh no.
As she shifts, you all see her body twist, and she gets onto the ground, and you see her rear up, and her Bengal tiger-like form with also a lion mane. She roars at White Fang, and you see White Fang whip around and freak the fuck out.
Oh shit. I immediately revert to my
Make to the
form.
fucking rescue, bro!
You hear White Fang kind of like crackling roar / growl back at Azaka, and then Azaka turns and looks at you, Sujin, looks at White Fang, and charges White Fang.
What?
Oh,
Okay, I'm back in my. I revert back real quick. Oh,
She is going to.
Azaka, what the world are you
She
doing?
pounces White Fang, pins him to the ground, and begins to claw him.
What?
what?
For
All
Can
right,
can I cast calm emotion on Azaka?
this is
you
happening
can. That is a good time to use that.
But first, White Fang's going to take 14 points of slashing
Ooh.
damage. And
Okay.
now she is going to bite him. He takes another 11 points of piercing damage.
So 25 was it?
Yes.
Okay.
And she has got her mouth on his throat, pinned to the
Okay.
ground, choking him.
Azaka, let him go.
She is not responsive. And White Fang doesn't look like he's trying to fight against it either.
I'm gonna.
You gotta just cast calm emotions.
Yeah, as soon as I can, I am.
All right. Because that would have been a surprise round. Thorin, I want you to roll initiative for me. And I'm going to roll for Azaka's initiative.
22.
Yeah, you get to go before she does something again.
Okay. And that something is calm emotions.
All right, what's your DC?
DC is 14.
That's cocked.
Your spell DC is only 14? That's crazy.
But if I'm looking at it right, there in D&D Beyond under spells, you have modifier, spell attack, and save DC.
Yeah, save DC is what? Yours is only 14?
Mine's 14.
That means he's only got a +2 modifier in wisdom.
You gotta get that wisdom up, boy!
All right.
I got a +3 in wisdom.
As you walk up, go ahead and describe to me how you attempt to calm emotions.
Let me check something real quick. Okay. Just slowly putting my hands out and just start slowly chanting Azaka's name in a soothing manner.
Now, remember, if I'm not mistaken, calm emotions is for humanoids. She is currently not a humanoid.
Dun dun dun.
I don't know if I can do it I want to cast speak with animals if I can.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll your initiative for me to see if she gets to go before you.
Okay.
She rolled a 12. So yeah,
Nice.
you'll get to do something while Thorin's trying to do something.
Okay.
So the two of you try and figure out what you're wanting to do while she is trying to kill White Fang.
Okay.
Yeah, it only works on humanoids. I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's because I don't deal with animals much in D&D as a player.
Yeah, why deal with them? They can feed themselves. Yeah, there's big advantages to being a were-tiger or druid when it comes to making yourself immune to a lot of spells.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, while
so
Thorin's stun locked, trying to figure out what to do, Suji.
All right, I'm passing animal friendship. How about that?
There you go.
Sure, it becomes friendly to you.
They better listen to me. Stop it. Trying to kill her.
You can convince her that you mean her no harm.
Oh, damn it.
yeah, I can't speak.
How about
If
command?
the beast's intelligence is greater than 4, which she's a were-tiger, so she uses her humanoid intelligence, spell fails.
Okay, how about command?
You certainly can. Your DC's a 14?
Yes.
Does command work on humanoid or all?
I am looking that up.
Creature, so yes, it works. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and roll for that 14 DC. I rolled a flat 14 plus her wisdom adds modifier to that, so she beats it.
Yeah.
Sujin, you're up.
I cast Speak with Animals. I use my movement to get over there if she's within 30 feet.
The second you cast Speak with Animals, you hear her yelling and cussing with his neck in her mouth. It's somewhat muffled, sure, but she is just losing her absolute shit. Cussing him out, mentioning their son is dead. It's cause of him. Just insane. And one thing you catch her say,
Big's a G.
Mig has been wanting to do that for a while, I can tell.
What did Mig do again? I'm
You
confused.
convinced her to go into cat form.
But how does that change anything from her knowing White Fang in general?
Because when they were roaring back and forth, she recognized a voice.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Silly Billy.
I was like, you've seen White Fang before.
Not like this. Not with these senses.
Yeah.
Did you send me something? I didn't see it yet.
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
No, this. 1 second real quick. I apologize. You hear her cussing and saying, how dare you, boys? How dare you leave? How dare you leave us? You're the reason he dead. And she is just constantly trying to claw into him. And you keep hearing her call White Fang boys.
Boys?
B-W-A-Y-E-S.
B-W-A-Y-E. Okay. Well, I run over there if I can and just talk to her. Say, Azaka, we need to stop. We will talk about this without killing each other.
What's White Fang's AC?
It is 12.
Yeah, she hits.
Not very high.
She does another 12 points of piercing damage to him as she clamps down on his neck as you...
All right, I'm gonna enter initiative if I can.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna get sick of this, and I'm gonna like have a smoke come out of my mouth and shoot it over with my hands towards brave enfeeblement. So I think that hits. A black I just hitting her AC.
Oh yeah, you definitely
hit. Yeah. On a hit, the target deals only half damage. With the attacks that use strength until the spell ends. So hopefully she's not using dexterity attacks.
All right, cool.
Just to try and mitigate some of this damage to White Claw.
Anybody
or White Fang.
doing anything else?
White Claw.
The sidelines with the
Is it going back into initiative or?
She looks like she's just clamping down on him right now.
Alright, I'm gonna try Wind Wall.
All right, go ahead and cast that wind wall. How big of an area you got going?
As big as the cells.
All right, so it's going to be on top of.
Knock them apart.
All right.
Okay.
Meg's just gonna get ready for the imminent zombies that are probably coming our way.
So you can make it 1 foot thick, 50 feet long, 15 feet high.
Yes, but I'm
Shape it however you want.
like a U to scoop them up and push them.
All right, you're gonna have them. You're gonna push them both to the east.
Well, I'm trying to knock her off of him.
All right.
That is my intent. And
I'm gonna find a bush to hide in.
Strength saving throw for her is
Yes.
she fails. Strength saving throw for him, he succeeds. He hit a 14.
Nice.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm assuming White Fang's strength bonus is at least a +2.
It is a +4.
So he definitely passed. I rolled a 12. So
Oh yeah,
with that,
16.
go ahead and roll your 3d8.
Wait, who does it do to?
Azak.
17.
Oh, you're doing
Yeah,
damage to
bludgeoning
both.
damage.
Uh,
And
If White Fang takes all that, he's knocked unconscious.
he will take half that damage.
Okay, so
He
that
will
would be
have 9.
8.
9.
If he has 6 hit points.
And Thorn kills White Fang. She'll take the full force of that, and we'll say it knocks her away by 5 feet. Knocks her off of him, and she takes the full 17 points of damage.
Okay.
and if I can, run towards White Fang and get myself in between the two.
That's yours.
Yeah, I'm currently on White Fang. Like, if I can heal him,
Meg's just watching from the bush.
As
Yeah, you get squished. Hell,
I
I'll
head
get
over.
squished.
I head over to the bush and hang out with Meg.
Azaka gets up, you see blood coming down her fur, and you see her baring her fangs. Just like all you hear, Sujin, is, "How dare you leave us behind?"
hold on, Noel. A second, guys.
And
Okay, so can I tell Asaka, like, stand down, Asaka?
roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Alrighty, let's see.
You need to beat at least an 8.
Oh, let's see.
I rolled
Oh.
terrible.
Sweet. So,
You see Azaka whip towards you. All the rest of you just hear nothing but growling, screeching, hissing noises, and she just says, "He killed our son," in very aggressive manner. And then she shifts out of her form, and you see her standing, and you see her still blood on her face, on her hands. You see her just stare back at White Fang, and she walks off to the west.
I want to cast. So, if I can.
Sure. What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast it at 3rd level.
What are you casting?
Cure Wounds on White Fang.
All right. He seems like he'll need it.
Yeah, he does. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's not very good. 14 is what he healed, so he's up to 12 now. Okay. Are you okay, White Fang?
No. It is not my fault. I didn't mean to.
I know. She just needs to understand.
I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know. I was trying to help.
Tell me the full story. I don't know if he ever did tell me the full story.
He has never told you.
I need to know, White Fang.
Sometimes.
While those two are talking, I yell over to Mig and Val, "Watch for it incoming," and pointing towards where they were staring at to begin with. Make sure we don't get attacked.
Will do, buddy.
I'll stealth over that way and kind of scout ahead.
And then I take off after Ozaka. Sorry, just continue. I just didn't want anything sneaking up on us while they were talking.
Logan, looks like your chair's vibrating.
I thought it was funny because
It is vibrating.
Don't judge. No shame here.
I'm bouncing my legs furiously right now.
Obviously, Logan's wanting to get his chest for.
Yeah. I've been having issues with OneNote. Apparently, I have like 2 different accounts, and neither one of them keep up my actual notebook that I have, that I need. That's got all my info. There we are. There we go. I just have to go via online. So, Sujin, how long can you talk with animals? 10 minutes?
I think it's 10 minutes. Yeah, let me double check. Yes, 10 minutes.
Sure. Blaze, or White Fang, I should say, as he's like breathing heavily. I was only trying to take away our son's curse. I met with Hag in the wastes. She gave me monkey paw. I didn't know. All I knew was I was trying to help. She assured me if I were to make wish that I get exactly what I asked for. I wished to take away our son's curse, and that the undead would never be able to harm him. And immediately upon wishing those 2 things, I headed back to look for him. And apparently his mother and he had gone to Firefinger, and that is where I saw him fall from distance. When he hit the ground, I began to run for him. As I ran, I turned into what you see now, and as I began to approach and I looked at myself, I saw these fur and fangs, and as I tried to cry out his name, all I could hear was roaring, and off in the distance I saw the mother running towards our son. I saw her crying and screaming, picking up the corpse, barely glancing at me and running back off into the jungle. I did not know what to do, so I tried to follow as best I could. She stayed out in jungle with him for days, weeks, months. I noticed that she did grave for him, and then she changed. I did not know that she was cursed as well. After she buried him, she stayed there for months. So I left. I went back.
how, go ahead.
I originally, it was not my intention. I had told Azaka that I that I saw that I heard in the port that if you go and seek if you seek the help from those who live in jungle, that they can grant you things. They can grant you what you wish and request, so long as you give something in return. And when I finally found her, and she gave me this paw and gave me the chance to help fix and correct, so my son wouldn't have to worry, I didn't know that he was going to die. So I set off originally and told Izaka this. She did not want me to go. I told her that Firefinger can wait until I return. I guess she just could not wait no longer. They were trying to get the mask. So I went back. I went back to her. I went back to the hag. She could understand me. And she suggested that I wished for our son to come back. So I did. I wished for him to come back. The last claw on the monkey's hand closed shut. So I dropped it and left. And I ran as fast as I could for 3, 4, 5 days. And back to the grave. Azaka was not there. And the grave looked like it had been opened. I looked for him for years. I do not know where our son is. I finally gave up. And I decided to never return to port and stay in jungle for the rest of my days. That is when you found me at the shipwreck in jungle. I had been there for a while, and I was able to forget a lot of my pain with all the wine that was in the ship, and I would drink until I would forget. There would be adventurers come through, and I would, if I knew that they had any type of resource on them that I could get drunk on, I would attack them, use the veggie pygmies with me to help utilize their abilities to continue to drink until you came along. You were different.
I'm so sorry to hear that, White Fang. We'll find your son. We'll try.
She blames me for leaving them, and so do I. If I was just there instead with our son, not trying to control what was happening to him, if I was just there, maybe he would not have died. I am why he did. There's nothing I can do to bring him back. I cannot find him. If she says that I am the reason he died, and she too has not found him, I had eventually told myself while in drunken stupor that perhaps he did come back. He came back while she was there, and they went back to port. But if she thinks he's still dead, then she did not find him either. And if he was in jungle by himself, there's no telling what happened to him.
I stroke White Fang Like,
Do not touch.
oh,
And
okay.
you see White Fang just walk off to the north.
Oh man, it's deep. The north, you said?
Correct.
Okay,
That was amazing.
that's really sad.
Do not touch me.
I know. So I kind of replay the story back in my head, and it sounds like Azaka and the son both were cursed with lycanthropy, and but White Fang was just cursed to be a were tiger, or just cursed to be a tiger now because of that. Is that what my brain is kind of like coming to
Roll
figure out?
a Arcana check for me.
Okay.
You too, Valmir.
Oh man.
So how'd you get that D4?
Amazing.
My talisman.
Oh, okay. With a 12, I mean, you're not really certain about monkey paw, but I mean, you're not unaccustomed to hearing about the nobles and the rich looking for artifacts that can grant wishes and power.
That's what I
things
figured.
of that nature.
Yeah.
But the specifics of what this monkey paw is or does eludes you, but it's not unheard of for such an artifact to exist to your knowledge.
What I'll say is about it, but all I know is when we come into play, things come. More than often, they don't always work out.
Wait,
It just seems like when you try and cut corners.
there are things that can grant wishes?
Oh god.
Yeah, rich people do it all the time.
Why am I just now hearing about this?
But here's the thing, Mig. Much like you grant wishes all the time. You have your little chaotic magic or whatever. But oftentimes there's a repercussion. And that's kind of how it works with everything.
Yeah, but usually someone else gets screwed over and I get the benefit.
Well, it doesn't always work that way with everything.
Would I know where this hag would be if the reference to it?
He said the Wastes, and you know of one location called the Wastes, and that was the same location where you found the book that you couldn't read, but you saw the word Koldahar.
Oh. I just get really angry. I don't know, I just kind of like say under my breath, like, that witch is gonna burn.
Well, I'll help you. I'm not a big fan of witches, so.
Also, with that being the case, roll a history check, Sujin.
Okay.
Since you're from the area with advantage. And you lived in that area. 17. Yeah, another big reason why you never entered the wastes is you have heard tales from your family who've lived in this area their entire existence that the wastes used to hold the temple to Raz Ninsi, which is why it was called the Ninsi Wastes. And it used to be overrun with yuan tea, but now it is abandoned.
Okay. It used to be overrun with one tea, but now it's abandoned?
Correct. There are no yuan tea in that area. At least none that you have ever seen. And when you've looked in the outskirts of the area looking in, it does look like swamp-like undead area that is like very much so unkept.
Mm.
Toppled, pillars off in the distance that you can see.
Yeah,
Give me one
that's
second.
gonna be a once. That's gonna be a stop. We're gonna go there.
Me and Mig are out here laughing our fucking ass off.
We are terrible people.
What are you guys laughing at?
And all this drama.
Yeah.
You couldn't
This was-
understand it because it was in.
I know.
No.
If we could have understood it, we probably wouldn't laugh because that like was a sad story. Meow, kind of meow cats. It's like
Yeah.
we
Kids are
To kill, bro.
dude, it's so crazy. 90% of the time when I play character, they're from the file,
All right, I'm back.
and I usually have expertise in I know everything about hags as a player. So hard to play a character that doesn't know anything about any of the Feywild stuff.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, Sujin, also with your history check in Chult, I mean, you would know somewhat about the hags that have been in this area, and you know certain people, adventurers that have come by and around that you've met with. A lot of times when they're coming into Mesro or other areas, they're looking for soothsayers or sages or anybody that can help them to find treasure and discover things.
Okay, so I've heard of these hags before,
I've
but
heard of people looking for sages and soothsayers, looking for like benefits given or taken.
Okay.
For sure.
So, I relay this story. I mean, I'm angry, but I relay everything to these guys.
Oh my god.
That's pretty sad.
That's messed up, bro.
Yeah, we have to go there.
Well, can we do it after we get Silver Tusk to Undril?
Yeah.
True, we need to restock on supplies there.
Yeah. But then that'll be the next.
And 10 years later, we'll find the soulmonger.
Well,
I'm still chasing after Ozaka, so I don't hear this.
oh, okay.
All right, Azaka wasn't running; she was just walking. So if you were picking up your pace to try and catch up with her, you eventually do catch up with her.
Just start walking beside her.
As she notices you, she'll stop, and she just keeps looking to the west. She doesn't look at you. She kind of like side glances, notices you're right beside her.
You okay? No, you're not.
Did you know? This whole time, did you know?
Don't ask me that.
I already asked you.
I knew part of it.
What do you mean by part of it? How long?
I know that you two are involved with each other in some fashion or another. And he was quite adamant about me not saying a word. That he would tell you in his own time.
I had hoped that after my son died, after sitting by his grave for 5 months, and him coming back from the dead as one of those zombies, I had could not just let my son roam these lands as one of those things. Not only did I witness him die, I had to kill him all over again. I had to end him. I could not let him. Do you know what it's like to have your spouse leave you in hopes and dreams to find some sort of bullshit fairy tale and then never return, and while doing so, your son dies, comes back as undead, and you have to put him down? Do you know what that is like?
Not even close. I don't. Not even close.
Did he tell you? Did he tell you anything that
He didn't tell me what you just.
if he did not leave us, our son could be alive right now? He left me. He abandoned us. When we needed him, he abandoned. I don't know why he would go. I don't know. I didn't know if he lived or died in jungle.
When he left, was he like this? As a cat?
No. I met him in Portney and Zaru. I met him at Wakanga's. Wakanga had a get together. He was trying to boast and push forth all of us guides and assist him with his sales and purchases of all these shiny magical things, and how we could help him and he help us. And at this get together where he was talking to us about things, that is where I met him. Of all the years I was with him, he did not carry the gift that I carry.
So he can change back to a person?
I can.
To a humanoid?
I am able to do so.
Maybe he cannot, and he returned through shame. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Well, Wakanga introduced me to him, and now I wish that Wakanga never introduced me to his goddamned cousin.
This is going to sound very cold, but you have to stuff that down for now until we can get to Fort Vengeance and drop the complaining bitch off. We have to be able to survive the forest to get there.
Yes, I know.
How can I help you?
If I try to kill him next time, do not stop me.
I can't do that. I need you both to get through this forest, this jungle. Once we get to Camp Vengeance, no, I will not get involved.
He is nothing.
If that's how you decide to fix the problem, then so be it. But we all need both of you to get through this jungle.
He is nothing more than spineless, wish-seeking, bastard son cousin to merchant prince. He is nothing more than that. All he is good for is running off and leaving.
Right now, he's got big fangs and big claws. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry.
Once we get back to camp,
I'll not interfere.
uncertain if I can continue being with you all if he is here too.
I can understand that. And I'll not stop you.
Unless he is dead.
Though I will be sad to see you leave. I like you.
And ever since that night on the boat when you grasped me by the waist, it had been a long time since I had felt the comfort of a strong man.
Ooh, Thorin's about to cuck Whitefang.
And you see her walk up to you and hug you and begin to cry on top of your head.
Hold her tight. Hold her tight.
As the rain pours down around you all, the thunder lets off in the distance. As she embraces you, crying, and you return in favor, as it seems that her anger has softened and given way to depression and sadness. The rain drenches you both.
Just continue to hold her, stroke her hair.
You hear her sobbing. Her body will shake or convulse on occasion, like that of an individual who is crying while trying to breathe at the same time. And
Okay.
with that, we'll end the session.
Yeah.
Damn.
Not too bad for a guy with 12 charisma.